Hey, you're on with your girl, Sandra the Actions with Inspire for Purpose. This is Batman in the back. You guys probably know who Batman is. We're out saving the world today. We're superheroes, okay? This is my kid's car seat, y'all. It's super cool. I wish I had a seat like that kind of for myself. It's kind of neat. But hey, check it out. So today, as I'm driving to work, I was listening to the radio, and Erica from Mary, she was on, and she said she had the opportunity to actually speak at Mother's Day at her church. And she was telling the story, I believe it was in the book of 1 Kings chapter 3, where there were two mothers, and they had babies. And one mother, in the middle of the night, she actually rolled onto her baby and she killed the baby, right? The baby was suffocated. And that's a heartbreaking thing. But she actually switched out her dead baby with the live baby. And so when the women awoke in the morning, the mom that had the live baby, she woke up and she was like, oh my goodness, my baby is dead. But upon further inspection, right, upon looking a little bit deeper, upon, inspecting her child, she said, hey, this isn't my kid, right? And so the woman that had stole her baby, she was like, well, that ain't my baby. But the mom was like, no, you do have my baby. That's my child. Give me my child. So of course, the one that was a deceiver, she would not do it. So they had to go to, let's call it maternity court, right? This is back in the day, and King Solomon was sitting on the throne. He was a very wise king, as you all know. And so they went to maternity court, and King Solomon said, okay, we're going to solve this. You know what I'm saying? And he said, we're going to cut the baby in half. Now, first, that was like a judgment, like, oh my goodness, like who would do that, right? But it was a method behind the madness, right? So the mother, the real mother of that child, she said, no, don't kill the baby. This is my baby. I want the baby to live. However, the woman on the other side, who was the wicked woman, she said, okay, cut the baby in half. She basically like, I have nothing else to lose. My baby's already dead. How about we just have you lose your baby too? I say all of that to say this, and Erica was expounding on this as well on the radio this morning. It's like the enemy is here to divide us, y'all. He's here to separate us, right? He's here to keep us away from our Abba Father. He's here to keep us away from the one that truly loves us, the one that has a purpose and a plan for us. Whether you think it or know it or not, he does, right? He does everything with great detail. He does everything with great specificity. And he wants you to be on his team. He chose you. He died for you. There's no other gods out there that died for their people. Our God died for us. And he took back the keys from hell to give us a victory, to give us a future and a hope, as it says in Joshua, right? So on today, if you're out there in any kind of situationship, as some of the people like to call it, or any kind of relationship that's not giving glory unto God, if you are disrespecting your husband or your wife, if you are being abusive to your children, if you are saying that I don't need anybody, I don't need to depend on anybody, I just got me, it's all about me, I don't need family, I don't need friends, I can do this, you are wrong. I love you enough to tell you that you are wrong, and that is not of God. That is of the enemy. So you're serving your father, the wicked, the evil one, right? And you don't want that to be said among you. You don't want that to be spoken among you. So come out of the sin in which you're in and begin to walk with the God who identified you, right? The God who knew who you were. Just like that mother knew who her baby was, God knows who you are. But my question to you is, do you know who God is? So with that being said, I want you to get in that word. I want you to go to the book of Kings, right? 1 Kings chapter 3, and read that story. Picture, ponder, and pray, right? Picture it, see it in your mind's eye, the visual imagery, and then ponder on it, right? Think about that thing, go into deep thought, and then begin to pray, right? Take it all to God in prayer. God always meant for us to be dependent on him, never ever to be independent of him, right? I think I was saying dependent before, but we're all trying to be independent, but God says that we're to be dependent, right? Dependent on him, right? To provide us our food, to provide us our clothing. He tells us not even to worry about that stuff. In the book of Matthew, he says he's like, provide foods for the birds. Are they out here worried about what they're going to eat and where they're going to sleep? No. If he provides for a bird, y'all, would he not provide for you? A child that he created? Know this, women, man was created from dust. You were created from the man's rib. You are special, right? There's a special call on our life, right? So I want you to go out, and I want you to do well today. I want you to stop sinning in the areas in which you're sinning in, and ask God to help you step up, to elevate, and to be better. As I always like to say, love and delight and inspire for purpose. Go out and be the best person that you can actually be today. And that is the person that God has created you to be.